Hancock in. Hancock's half up.
Haven't you finished that roof yet? No reply. I bet he's fallen off again. They mended it during the summer, not waited for the monsoon season. No, wait a minute. This is rainwater. I think I'll wash my hair in this. Makes it lovely and soft. It's cheaper than brown ale. But wait a minute, I need me bowl for me paper stripping, don't I? Yes, of course. Yes, never mind. Hello? That needs replastering. No good just papering over that again. Lean up against there, you'll be out in the street. Hello? What happened to you then? Fall off the roof again?
I slipped and bashed into the chimney pot. Oh, blimey. Here, take it.
What's this?
It's your television aerial. I grabbed hold of it.
Well, there's no point in putting this back, is there? Bronco Lane will look a right mess coming through this lot. Oh, what a buffoon you are. Stay here where I can keep my eye on you and give me a hand.
Well, what about the roof, then?
Haven't you finished it yet? Tell me you've been up there 6 hours.
Well, it's not my fault. It's in a shocking state up there. Every time you bang in a new tile, half a dozen of the old ones fall out.
The wood's rotten. Can't be. Had the whole place treated for woodworm last year. That'll sue.
Well, that won't do you any good.
Why not?
It's dry rot.
Dry rot in this house? You can't get dry rot in a sponge. October rainfall for this room alone is 2.3 inches.
I can't help it. You still got dry rot up there.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do, Sid. The whole place is going to wreck and ruin. The whole place needs doing up. That's the trouble.
How you been getting on down here, then?
Hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. Look at that.
Ooh, dear. Well, that's nasty, isn't it?
What do you suggest?
Well... Deep, isn't it?
It's deep, it's deep.
Yes, well, if it was my house...
Yes?
I'd fill it in.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. You're a great help. I don't know what I'd do without your architectural genius. Well, of course I'm going to fill it in.
Well, what did you ask me for, then?
Because I thought you might know how to go about it, that's all.
Well, you take the plaster and bung it in and whack a sheet of wallpaper over it.
I suppose so. Doesn't sound very professional. I'm sure that's not how Sir Christopher Wren approached St. Paul's Cathedral.
But he didn't know about wallpaper then, did he?
No, that's true. That's true. All right, then. We'll try it your way. So be it. Where's the plaster? What have you done to the plaster?
It was all right when I made it.
Well, look at it. It's like a lump of dough. This is hopeless. What a... Right. Ready. All right, give us a hand. Ready, go. Quick, slap it on, right. Bring on. That's it. That is my lot. The whole place needs renovating. Oh, I don't know. It's disgusting that people should be expected to live in conditions like this. The council ought to do something about it.
The council? It's your own house.
Well, that's not the point. My house has the blood on the neighbourhood. They do other people's houses up. Look at the National Trust. They spend millions of pounds every year doing up people's houses.
Oh, yes, but that's only on places of historic interest where the owner is dead.
Well, there you are. What a farce. They do up empty houses full of dead people. They don't spend any money on full houses full of live people. This is ridiculous. The world's gone mad.
Well, that's the way it is. Unless it's a gem of architecture or somebody famous lived there, I don't want to know.
Well, I live here.
Oh, yeah, but you're not dead. Or famous.
No, but I hope to be both one day. Surely somebody famous must have lived here. The place is old enough.
You reckon?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about it.
All right, then, all right.
Tell me, who lived here before you?
My father.
Was he famous?
Let's see now. He invented a gadget for opening gas meters without breaking the seal. He's very well known down at the gas board. Well, it's worth a new roof at least.
Who did he buy the house from?
Let's see now. A retired sea captain.
Sea captain. Well, he could have been a famous explorer, sailed expeditions up the Amazon, something like that.
No, I don't think so. He was on the Woolwich Ferry.
And who had it before him?
A butcher, and then before him was a doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Did he discover anything?
Only that his wife was carrying on with the butcher. Then in the 1800s it became a boarding house.
A boarding house?
Yes.
Now we're getting somewhere. They have been known to do up places just because somebody famous kipped there. Now, you take Queen Elizabeth. She kipped all over the place. She was never home.
Queen Elizabeth was 1500 and something. This establishment happens to be Kirkar 1820 odd.
Well, I still think the boarding house is your best bet. Blimey, umpteen famous people must have ridden into East Cheam.
Yeah, and ridden straight out again, too.
Not the point. There might have been a storm one night or something. It's odds on. Somebody famous stayed here one night. I'm going to go and check up on it. I'm going to go down to the public library. They've got loads of books on the history of this district. You leave it to me, boy. I'll find something. Here's something. Oliver Cromwell used to fish in the stream on the outskirts of the old village. Well, that's it, isn't it?
What do you mean, that's it?
Well, here we are, then. Oliver Cromwell's old hunting lodge.
Oliver Cromwell's old hunting lodge, this? Don't be such a fool. Oliver Cromwell was years before this.
All right, well, so we built it on the site of Cromwell's old hunting lodge.
Then they'll pull this house down to find it. All I want is a new roof and a couple of new walls. We're not interested in anything before 1820.
When was he with the wake? Before 1820, was he?
Only about 800 years before.
Well, that's a shame. But he had his tent up just round the corner, eh?
Did he? That's fascinating. Come on, let's come up this end a bit. Never mind about the Knights of the Round Table mob. Now then, let's get up to date. 1820, that's what we need.
All right. 1820. It says here, in the 1820s, East Cheam was on the main London to Brighton road, and many famous people of the day used to stop for a change of horses and refreshment at the local hostelry.
That'll be the Hand and Racket. Say nothing about that. We don't want them getting in on this. Have a penny a pint on his brown ale if he knew that. Special brews. Lord Byron's best bidder.
Who?
Lord Byron, he was about that time.
Was he famous then?
Famous? Lord Byron is one of the most famous men in history.
What did he do?
What did he do?
Yeah.
Lord Byron? What did you do at school?
All right, what did he do?
Well, he was a good-looking bloke. Dab hand with the ladies. Had a bit of a limp.
Is that all he was famous for, then?
No, he used to do a bit of scribbling as well. He was a poet of some sort.
Oh, bonkers.
Now, there's a typically British attitude for you. Anybody who writes poetry must be bonkers.
Of course. Normal people don't chat like these bloods do. All the words turn round back to front to make them rhyme. It's a load of rubbish.
Well, I feel sorry for you. A man who can't see the beauty in Jack's return home on Christmas Eve. A sad sight to behold. Anyway, bonkers or not, he was one of the best we ever had.
Yeah? Well, I got a load about him in here.
What, he used to stay in East Cheam?
Yeah, it's all down here. East Cheam was one of Lord Byron's favourite weekend spots. He is reputed to have spent many an idyllic holiday with his mistress, Lady Caroline Lamb, in one of the lonely retreats Cheam was noted for.
Hello?
You hear that? He did used to stay in East Cheam.
Yeah, I don't suppose he stopped here, though.
But why not? He had to stop somewhere. I mean, this is the oldest part of Cheam, isn't it?
That's true. This house has seen better days. Can't think of anywhere else a man of his breeding would have stopped, can you? He wouldn't have stopped at Mrs. Biggs across the road, would he? The right rabbit hutch, that is. No, breakfast is enough to drive anybody up the wall.
Well, that's it, boy. This is the only place he could have stopped. I'm going to phone up the National Trust and tell them to put on the new roof.
You can't get the builders in just for that. The evidence is flimsy enough as it is. We've got to have definite proof that he was here.
What sort of proof?
Well, old manuscripts, a bundle of his old letters found in the loft. His shaving tackle. A pair of his old socks with his initials on, LB, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Hey, go on, you nip up to the loft. I'll see what I can dig up round here.
Well, there's not much point in looking up there after all this
You
time.
want to get the house done up, don't you?
Well, of course I
Get
do.
up and
well,
look
there's
in
no
the
point.
loft.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Go on.
So good, I've been right through the loft. There's nothing there. Not even a bottle of ink. He must have cleared it all out before he left.
Hey, look. Look what I found. I was scraping around. Look what I found under the wallpaper.
Lord Byron was here, 1821. Lord Byron loves Lady Caroline. He didn't write that, surely.
He must have done. There's loads of his poems all around the walls.
But he didn't go around writing on walls. He wasn't that sort of a poet.
I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? He ran out of ink and he jotted them down on the walls to keep them fresh in his mind. You can't argue about it. It's here in black and white. If he didn't write them, who did?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Ode to Lady Caroline by Lord Byron. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'll be your lamb if you'll be my ewe.
Well, there you are. That's poetry, isn't it? It rhymes. It must be by him.
Yeah, well, I mean, all poetry rhymes. I'm not criticising it. It's very good in its own way. It's short and to the point, and you can't deny it has a certain joie de vivre. It's just that I don't feel happy about it somehow.
What do you want, blood? What about that one, then?
Oh, yeah. Sonnet to the Moon by Byron, Lord. O wondrous moon, who shines its beam across the pine trees of East Cheam. I'm very pleased to see your light. Coming out tomorrow night.
Now, there you are. You know, marvelous? He's a genius.
Well, it's his style, all right, isn't it?
This is it. I'm not kidding. There's loads of them round here. Look at this one. There's a little old log cabin across the Great Divide.
Did he write that?
Well, it's there.
Oh, this is it. The National Trust can't ignore us after this. Put a room full of unpublished Byron, wait till we confront it with this. The artistic find of the century. I can feel his presence here between these four walls. Yes, genius has been at work here. The chestnut tree. I wish I were a chestnut tree, nourished by the sun, with twigs and leaves and branches, and conkers by the ton. Follow that. Robert Browning, I wouldn't give him house room. Well, I'll come straight to the point. I'm going to do you a favour.
Oh, yes? A cheque for the National Trust, perhaps?
No, much grander than that. I intend to present my home to the nation.
Oh, I see.
On one condition, you fellows do it up and my heirs live there free of charge, and then you can have it.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Perhaps we'd better take down some particulars. Now, the name of this residence?
Hancock Towers.
Hancock Towers. Oh. I'm familiar with most of the stately homes and castles of this country, but I'm afraid you have the advantage of me. Where actually is it?
It's a semi-detached in East Cheam.
Semi-detached? Is this some kind of a joke?
Do you want it or not?
Well, why should the National Trust be interested in a semi-detached house at East Cheam?
Well, this is where I'm going to astound you. We have conclusive proof that Lord Byron lived there. We have a room full of his unpublished poems. What about that?
Rubbish.
But it's true. It's all written down there. Now, in his own handwriting, I think we'll have a nice striped Regency flock wallpaper with the Wedgwood blue steeling.
Just a moment. The National Trust don't renovate any old ruin just like that.
Well, exactly. It is a ruin. You can't leave one of Lord Byron's nesting places in a condition like that. Let's see now. I think I reckon he would have had the gold leaf on his scullery jaw, yes, to go against the Chinese jade on the marble console table that you'll be put in the hall. And we need a new roof.
My dear sir, before we go into things like that, we have to have concrete proof that Lord Byron did in fact live in this place.
Well, I've told you, his stuff's all over the walls. Now then, as to furniture, Sid, I know, has always seen himself in a four-post, haven't you?
Yeah, French Empire, bags of mirrors.
Yeah. Very elegant, that, very elegant. My room, I think, rococo with a slight Byzantine influence, veering towards the classic Georgian style with half a dozen flying ducks on the wall.
Now, just a moment, if you don't mind. First of all, the address of this place where you say Lord Byron lived?
23 railway cuttings. Now then, I'll have a couple of marble pillars on the porch, I think, and as
railway
a carpet
cuttings?
Yes.
Well, Byron lived years before the railways.
Ah, yes, but they changed the name during the Industrial Revolution. It used to be called stagecoach cuttings.
That's right, yes. Yes, 23 stagecoach cuttings, yes. Now, we'll have half a dozen Adam fireplaces, when the electricity board do a very nice little fire with the cardboard coal and the electric flame shooting up the
Yes, they do, yes. Well, I'm rather more interested in these poems that you say are on the walls. You're absolutely positive that they're the work of Lord Byron?
Oh, yes, of course, it says so.
Go on, give him a sample. Tell him one.
Shall I?
Yeah, go on.
All right. Well, this is a lovely thing, it is. Just underneath the serving hatch, this was. It's called The Legionnaire by Lord Byron. Just underneath the serving hatch. There's a lonely little outpost to the north of Desert Pass. There's a lonely little soldier on the hunt. He's cut off from his unit, and he's lost his way, alas, because he wore his helmet back to front.
Get out.
I beg your pardon?
Byron could never have written words like that.
Well, I told you it was unpublished stuff. I mean, we all write rubbish now and again. It was probably some of his early stuff when he was a lad just learning the trade.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I tell you this, you could have this. Let's give this to the nation to preserve this shrine of culture. You could do a lovely job for 10,000 quid.
You'll kindly leave this office.
What about this one? He was a sturdy lad with a heart of gold and a 3 days' growth on his chin.
But you get out.
Hey, well, the Scotsman, just above the electric light switch. He wore a sporran around his middle and a kilt below his knees. He gave a cough and his hat fell off. And put
Throw these people out.
What about my house? Home fit for heroes to live in, you say?
I never said anything.
Well, somebody show him your medal, sir.
Throw them out before I send for the police.
You won't know the last of this. I'll keep Lord Byron's name going. I'll preserve that house without your help. Thousands will flock to East Cheam to pay tribute. You're a Philistine, and you mind. You're not the dance hall now, mate.
Bad little job up the six bob. That'll be his teapot. Presented to Lord Byron by the Prince of Wales. Very nice. Now, did he play football? Well, we take a chance. Lord Byron's football boots. His collar stiffeners. The braces he wore when he proposed to Lady Caroline. His boot polish. And his comb. Right. Stand up. Go like a bomb. Right? You all, ladies and gentlemen, the Lord Byron Shrine is now open. Have your $half ready. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your guide will be with you in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Descendant of the great man himself.
That's me, a throng. Welcome to Lord Byron's cottage. You people are the first to be privileged to gaze upon this house of culture. After the show is over, you'll be able to buy souvenirs. And if you'd like to come with me this way, I'll just show you around the place. Now, by golly, my legs are a bit nasty today. Right. Now, if you'd be good enough to come this way and try and keep together, please, and don't stub your fag ends out on the carpet, please. Thank you very much. Right. Now, this room is the very room Lord Byron himself was very fond of. The glorious view from the window was a great inspiration to him. So much for that. Now, we pass on. Up to his own very desk. His desk here where he used to knock his old odes out there. Look at that. Who knows what countless odes that blotting paper has got on it back to front. And there the pièce de résistance, his typewriter with which he used to do his manuscripts. Look at those keys. Don't touch them, please. He's still got his fingerprints on.
Pardon me, sir. May I ask a question?
One of our transatlantic cousins from the Americas, I take it.
Yes, indeed. Grand Rapids.
Our Lord Byron would like to have welcomed you himself. He knew you lot when you were all in Davy Crockett hats. What's your question?
Well, is that typewriter for sale?
Let's see. Yes, I believe it is. Let's have a look here. Oh, yes, and very reasonably priced at $450.
Oh, that suits me. Look, honey, Lord Byron's typewriter.
You buy it home with honey, look cute on top of the high five.
Yes, I'll just stick a soul label on it. There we are. Right, thank you.
A fiddle.
I beg your pardon?
It's a fiddle.
And who, pray, are you, sir?
It don't matter who I am. Typewriters weren't invented in those days.
What do you know about it?
Typewriter wasn't invented till 1867.
Oh, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't one like that either. That's much later.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Push off. Come on, we come on.
Just a moment. You said that was Lord Byron's typewriter.
Yes, well, I did. Yes, you're quite right there. That is what I said. Yes, I said it. Yes, I can't deny it. I did say that.
And it was a lie.
Well, as it's turned out, yes. But it was quite a genuine mistake. There's so much stuff here one gets confused, so to speak. Under the circumstances, I let it go for $50 cheaper.
Oh, okay, I'll take it. Must have belonged to somebody.
It's not worth it.
Isn't it?
I can get rid of one than that in a junk shop for £1.
Oh, well, in that case, I don't want it.
Your prerogative, sir. Passing on, we come to the next one. Exhibit number 28, Lord Byron's shaving mug. And inside, a piece of the original shaving soap with the silver paper round it. I hate to let this go, but I let it go for $50.
Yes, I'll buy it for $50, sir.
Right. Sold to the gentleman in the big hat and the cameras.
That's not his shaving mug.
It is his shaving mug.
It isn't.
It's got his family crest on it. Look, a lion standing on a wheel.
That's British Railways.
Well, it is now, but it was his first. Now then, what am I offered? Lord Byron's shaving mug.
A British Railways teacup.
I'll wallop you in a minute.
No. Is that Lord Byron's shaving mug or not?
Well, actually, there has been some controversy raging about this lately. Some people say it is, and some people say it isn't.
What people?
Him and me. You want it or not?
No, under the circumstances, I don't think I'll take it.
Thank you very much. And now we come to the highlight of the conducted tour. I shall endeavour to recreate for you the scene when Lord Alfred Byron...
George Gordon Byron.
Pardon?
His name was George Gordon Byron.
He was known to his friends as Alf. When Lord George Gordon Alf Byron received the inspiration in this very room here to write one of his immortal poems. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine it's the year 1821. Lights. Eyes down for a full hour. Eureka! Inspiration divine has visitated me. My quill and ink. My kingdom for a quill. Well, pass us one of those Lord Byron ballpoints, will you? Thank you. Anybody? Oh, after, right, though. Yes, I feel it coming. Yes, the muse has me in her grasp. It's a funny old world we live in. Skin. But the world's not entirely to blame.
He didn't write that.
It's the rich what gets the credit. Get it. And the poor what gets the blame. Thank you very much. So we come to the end of the conducted tour. Souvenirs may be had from the counter over there. All prices are marked. Take home a stick of Lord Byron Rock, one of his famous quotations going right through it. One can, so to speak, actually lap up culture.
Get your Lord Byron tie. Show your friends you've been to Lord Byron's cottage. Get your Lord Byron propelling pencils, 9 shillings in 11pence each. Little bowls containing Lord Byron that snow when you turn them upside down. Get your Lord Byron car pennants. Stick them on your windows. Have a crash.
Here you are then. Sleepy Prisoner Cottage, 1 and 9. Anybody not get an Eiffel Tower whilst in Paris, right? German beer bugs. We've got the lot here. Duty-free Scotch, drunk by Lord Byron. There we are. Genuine Spanish castanets. All right, good lad, right. We send Cornish cream to all parts of the world. All right. Nice, there we are. And an instant beef.
£2.12 and a tenner. Another 6 weeks of this, we'll be able to have the whole place done up. Let's get ready for the next lot.
There you are. That's them.
Right, I'll handle this. Good afternoon.
Sorry, we're closed. Another tour starts in 15
I
minutes.
am from the council, and this gentleman informs me that you've been charging money for admission to this house under the pretense that it was Lord Byron's cottage.
This is no pretense. It is his cottage.
Nonsense.
But look, he's got his poetry all around the walls.
Rubbish, he never wrote that piffle. This house was erected after Lord Byron went abroad, and as he died abroad, it is impossible that he ever came here. And unless you can give me a satisfactory explanation, you'll be hearing from the public prosecutor within a few days.
Don't go, Sid. Come back. Back. Tell him where he gets off, boy. You found the poems. You found the poetry. Tell him. Brush him off. Go on.
Yes, well,
Well?
well, you'll find out sooner or later. Byron didn't write them, I did.
You? An ignorant buffoon like you wrote those artistic gems? Sid, how could you deceive me like this?
Oh, wow, I thought he could have lived here. I thought the poems... Well, we had to have proof, didn't we? How else could we get the place done up?
Aha, and that's another thing. The council's attention has been drawn to the condition of this property. It spoils the tone of the whole neighbourhood. You must completely renovate it, or we shall be forced to have it condemned.
But that'll cost thousands of pounds.
That is your responsibility. Good day, gentlemen.
Can I shoot you in a jar of Cornish cream, 3 and 6?
See? I told you.
Another fine mess you got me in.
Well, I still don't think we should give in. Somebody famous must have lived here. Also, we know it was a boarding house.
Oh, don't start all that all over again. You heard what the man said. We've got to do it up ourselves. Now, come on. Get scraping.
Hancock! Come here!
Now what?
Come here, look, a poem!
Not another of your Lord Byron masterpieces.
No, this is genuine. This is years old. Look how faded it is. It's genuine. Let's have a look.
Charge of the Light Brigade by Alfred Lord Tennyson. First draft. Half a league. Half a league. Half a league. It gets monotonous, doesn't it? Into the valley of death rode the 600. Cannons to the right of them. Cannons to the left of them. Cannons in front of them. Volleyed and thunder. What a load of old rubbish. What are you trying to do? This is worse than the last lot. Who are you trying to kid?
I'm not trying to kid you. This is genuine. Can't you see his signature right there?
Oh, very good, very clever. Why didn't you sign the Lord Byron lot? We might have got away with that as well. Go on, get out of it. Alfred Lord Tennyson doesn't like rubbish like that. You must think I'm a complete fool. Got £2,000 worth of work to do here. I'll get scraping. You poltroon. Half a league, half a league, half a league. I don't know where you get the words off from. I don't really. Anyway, I'm finishing this off.
Television presents Tony Hancock in...
Hancock's half hour.
In your own words, of the events leading up to the apprehension of the prisoner John Harrison Peabody?
Certainly. I was on patrol car duty on the night of the 27th when we received a radio message that the offices of the Hathaway Jewelry Company had been burgled. We proceeded at once to their premises in Brook Street. As we pulled up outside the store, the criminal leapt from the door carrying numerous articles of jewelry. Items 1 to 37, my lad. We immediately gave chase, and after a brief struggle, he was taken into custody and charged with a felony.
Thank you very much. No further questions. You're with us.
Very well done, isn't it? Just like the verdict is yours.
Inspector Jones, the prisoner made a statement when he arrived at the police station, did he not?
He did, sir.
Now, what did he say in that statement?
He said, you've got the wrong bloke, Gov. I was passing the shop when the burglar alarm went, and this geezer rushed out and dropped the stuff. I was just about to go round to the police station with it when your lot arrived.
You were wearing plain clothes at the time, were you not?
That's quite right, sir.
Now, Inspector Jones, what reason did the prisoner give for running away when you arrived?
He said he thought we were teddy boys.
Did you hear that? He said he thought they were teddy boys. Let's just smack me over there. Oh, goodness. I have nothing but...
I'm surprised the foreman of the jury is setting such a bad example. I thought at least he would show a little decorum.
Beg your pardon, Your Honour, just I thought it was rather amusing, that's all. Just slipped out, I couldn't help it. I mean, you had a little giggle yourself.
I did not have a little giggle.
Yes, you did. I saw you. Brought the end of your wig round to cover your mouth up.
Please be quiet. This is a very serious case. It will shortly be your duty to judge this man. Please show the necessary intelligence and restraint required by the responsibility bestowed upon you.
You're not good enough for that. You're the foreman of the jury. He shouldn't make you look at Charlie in front of everybody. Go on, tell him. I bet you reminded me, lad. But I am the foreman of the jury, and as such, you shouldn't make me look at Charlie in front of everybody.
Mr. Foreman, I would remind you that I'm the judge in this courtroom, and as such I can replace you with somebody I regard as more competent.
Tell him he can't talk to you like that. My friend says you can't talk to me like that.
I'm not slightest bit interested in what your friend says. I'm fully aware of my powers in this court. I know exactly what I can and what I can't do. I've been a judge now for over 20 years. And furthermore, if you and your friend do not behave yourselves in a manner befitting members of the jury, I will have you both turned out of this courtroom and charged with contempt.
Tell him you'd like to see him try. I'd like to see... You tell him.
You going to say something?
No, nothing at all. No.
May we continue?
Yes, by all means. You carry on, Mush.
Thank you. Please continue.
Thank you, my lord. Exhibit number 1, please. Now, those were the items of jewellery found on the prisoner's person.
Those are the same ones, sir.
Thank you, Inspector Jones. Perhaps the jury would like to see them.
The jury have already seen them once, and as we're pressed for time, I don't think we need to see them again.
How do we know it's the ones we saw before? Tell them we want to see them again. How do we know the ones we saw before? We want to see them again.
I assure you that they're the same ones as you saw earlier.
Excuse me, they're the same ones we saw earlier. That's up to us. We're the jury. That's up to us. We're the jury. Ask him if he wants a fair trial or not. Do you want a fair trial or not?
This is a fair trial. The prisoner has not complained.
With all due respect, me lad, nobody's half the poor blighter. Don't you worry, mate. I'll see you get a fair trial. There's no withholding of evidence while I'm the foreman.
We are not withholding evidence.
No? Well, what about another look at the exhibits then? Hands up anybody else who wants the butchers at the evidence. There you are. You're out voted. That'd have been an election. You lost your deposit, eh?
Oh, very well. I'll show the exhibits to the jury. And tell my wife I'll be a little late tonight. Have you finished? Time is pressing and the rest of the jury want to examine it. Please put it back on the tray. No, what's wrong?
It's stuck, Your Honour. I can't get it off.
Oh, no. Why can't I have ordinary jurors to do as I tell them like other judges? Why does it always have to be me? Pull it, man.
Well, I am pulling it, but he won't budge. You got a bar of soap up there?
No, I haven't. Oh, what a farce. Very well, show it to the rest of the jury, then try to get it off your finger. Continue, Mr. Pritchard.
Thank you, my lord. I shall proceed with my final address to the jury.
Very well.
My lord, members of the jury, it is the law of this land that in order to secure a conviction, the prosecution must prove beyond any shadow of doubt that the prisoner is guilty as charged. Now this, I respectfully beg to submit, the prosecution has failed to do. You must not...
Have you finished?
I'm trying to get the ring off.
The defending counsel is talking to you. You must listen to the counsel. Get the ring off afterwards.
Oh, very well, as long as I know where I stand. Do you mind starting again, please? Really,
Really? Do I have to?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Well, I was saying that the prosecution has failed to prove its conviction, and that if you are in any doubt whatsoever, you are bound by law to find my client not guilty.
Oh, Roger, that's fair enough. I don't mind going along with that. May I ask a question, my lad?
Yes, what is it?
You got a bit of butter? I could have this on.
Keep quiet and sit still. You're making a mockery of this whole thing. How you were ever elected foreman, I shall never know. That's not very nice, is it? Ask him how he got to be made a judge. How did you get to be made a judge? That should be... Carry on, Mr. Pritchard. And no more interruptions, please.
Thank you, my lord. And so, members of the jury, I submit that the evidence put forward by the prosecution is not conclusive of guilt. And I further submit that no jury could be asked to convict on such flimsy grounds. And with that fact established, I suggest that you have no alternative but to find my client not guilty, that he be discharged from this court a free man without a stain on his character.
Very good. That was an excellent speech, my good man. You'll go far. Got a very engaging personality.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's it.
May I be permitted to decide on the procedure of this court? Or perhaps you would like to borrow my wig and take over?
If you've had enough, I don't mind.
Sit down! Mr. Spooner, would you care to sum up for the prosecution?
Certainly, my lad. Oh, I don't like him. Dead smarmy, certainly, my lad. Oh, swipe me, there's a crawler for you.
I was very much impressed with my learned friend's appeal for this man's innocence.
Very much impressed. I'll give him a kick up the wig.
Very moving, eloquent, a sentimental maudlin rubbish.
I object.
It's not up to you to object or not to object. Mind your own business. Continue, Mr. Spooner.
Thank you, my lord. The facts are quite plain. This man was caught red-handed outside the shop with the proceeds on him. He was also identified with the night watchman. It's an open and shut case. I therefore submit that you have no alternative but to find him guilty as charged and to put this vicious criminal beyond the reach of decent society.
Members of the jury, you have heard the evidence in this case. I would remind you that you are the sole judges of the fact. I will now ask you to retire and consider your verdict.
May I ask a question, my lad?
What is it?
How long have we got?
I don't understand you.
Well, I've seen this on television, you know. I mean, we go out and then the bloke with the earphones comes on and then we come in and tell you our verdict. So, actually, how long have we got?
You've got as long as you want.
That can't be right. They only get 2 minutes on television.
I don't care how long they get on television. This is not the same thing.
And they said their program was authentic. You don't know where you are.
Will you please go and consider your verdict? Usher, please.
I will take this jury to some private and convenient place and shall not suffer anyone to speak to them, neither shall I speak to them myself, unless it be to ask them if they be agreed upon their verdict.
Have a bar of soap sent in with you. With a hair cream or something. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard what the judge said. There's no hurry. We can take as long as we like. We shan't be disturbed. Our time is our own.
Oh, good. Let's have a game of cards.
Put those things away. We're here to decide whether that poor wretch out there is innocent or guilty.
Now let's cut for it and get off home. Anything under a 7, he's guilty.
What do you mean anything under a 7 he's guilty? What sort of justice is that? What's the point of all that going out there with lawyers and wigs and things? If all you've got to do is cut for a 7 or under. This is the Old Bailey, mate, not Dodge House.
Oh, come on, hurry up. We don't want to be here all day.
Now, wait a minute. We mustn't be hasty. It's essential for the course of justice that we deliberate this slowly and carefully before reaching a decision. Agreed?
Agreed.
Right.
Guilty.
Oh. Well, you didn't wait long about that, did you?
In my opinion, it's an open and shut case. The man's obviously guilty.
Well, I think he's innocent. What do the rest of you think?
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Et tu, Brute?
Well, blimey, let's face it, they all say guilty. We'll be here for weeks if we disagree. Guilty. Come on, let's not get off quick. Get down to the pub, have a couple of pints at the Wig and Gavel.
That is not the attitude. We're here to ensure that justice is done. That's what we're being paid for.
We're getting paid?
Well, of course we're getting paid 30 shillings a day.
30 bob a day? Well, that's 7.5 quid. That's more than I get outside. Well, in that case, not guilty. Let's keep it going as long as we can. We might see what we're
Well, I can't say I agree with your motives, but I agree with your decision. Right. Two not guilty. Any advance on two not guilty?
This is ridiculous. 30 shillings a day, it may be more than you earn, sir, but I am a company director, and I am losing a fortune while this thing goes on.
How dare you put your personal gain before your duty as a citizen? You unfeeling swine, haven't you got any sense of duty?
Justice? Of course I've got a sense of justice, but this is a watertight case. I can't see that there's anything to discuss.
But there's loads to discuss. I reckon we've got a good 6 or 7 days of non-stop chat in front of us.
Really, this is too much. He must be guilty.
He is not guilty.
Of course he is.
He is. Are you looking for a punch up the bracket?
Oh, please. Sidney, please. You'll have the wallopers in here in a minute. Punch up at the Old Bailey. Whatever next? Ladies and gentlemen, control yourselves and realize that I am the foreman.
Yes, but he's talking a lot of nonsense. He wants to keep us here all week. The man is obviously guilty, and I demand...
Who's the foreman?
You are.
There we are, then.
Yes, but I can't sit here. Yes, but I can't. But I cannot.
We're not leaving this jury room until we reach a unanimous decision. From all of us. Now then. We'll look at the score. 2 not guilties and 10 say guilty. I think a discussion is called for to elaborate our points of view.
Yeah.
Guilty.
I'll slush you. I am the foreman, I shall speak. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gathered here today to witness the joining together... Ladies and gentlemen, we're gathered here today to sit in judgment of a fellow human being. But before, we have the temerity, nay, audacity, to take it upon ourselves to judge another. Surely we must first judge ourselves. Are there any others so pure, so free from sin in our own personal lives? We can dispassionately, nay, objectively, nay, dispassionately judge another, and therefore I submit.
Oh, get on with it.
Oh, don't do that, please. It's just working up to a crescendo, then. Never interrupt anybody when they get into a crescendo. It can be very nasty. Please don't do that again. Where was I?
You were submitting.
Yes, therefore I submit. What was I submitting?
I don't know.
Well, there it is. It's gone now. I forgot what I was submitting.
Oh, well, good. Now, perhaps you'll be quiet and let somebody else have a go.
All right, then. I shall extend to him the courtesy that he didn't extend to me. That will show you how much better brought up I am than he was. Out of the two of us, in comparison with each other. Carry on.
Ladies and gentlemen, all I have to say is that the evidence points unequivocally.
You mind that ladies, dear.
Unequivocally.
Oh, yes, all right. Just watch it. Go on, carry on.
Unequivocally to this man's guilt. Now, 10 of us believe him to be guilty. The will of the majority should prevail, and as in any democracy, and therefore, sir, you should reverse your verdict to one of guilty.
Yeah. Well, I see. That's the way the wind's blowing, is it? Well, we'll have a go round the table. What about you, madam? You with the hat on.
Yes?
What do you think?
Guilty. Put him away. He's a menace. Send him away for as long as the law allows. Make an example of him. There's too much namby-pamby treatment of these thugs. Bring back the cat. Let it show them. I'd do it myself if you men haven't got the courage. Put him away. Guilty.
So much for the gentler sex, right?
Well, really, I don't know. No, I'm not sure. But I always felt that he was guilty.
But that is not good enough. You must be sure. This could have been your own boy. Your own flesh and blood. The little boy you bounced upon your knee. He could be hidden and sent away for 15 years to a darkened cell. No sun to light his morning. Out on the moors with the mist swirling around his ball and chain. Breaking up huge boulders into little pieces and then cementing little pieces back into big boulders so that you can smash it. And what of his child at home? What of his mother putting him to bed? Where's Daddy, Mummy? Is he coming home tonight? Hush, child, eat your crust of dry bread. And don't drop the crumbs on the sacking that forms your bedclothes. Oh, tell me, is that a tear I see trickling down your thin, pale face? You loving child, drink up your spoonful of milk, go to sleep. But where's my daddy? Where have they put my daddy? Oh, you shut up! Don't you! I've already got you. I'm after him. Where is my daddy? Where is my daddy? When are they going to bring my daddy back to me?
Not guilty.
Got him! Right. 9-3. Right. Anybody else coming over to our side?
You won't get me guilty. Yeah, guilty. You won't get me with your cheap trick.
All right, guilty.
Obviously.
I see. That's the way things are shaping, is it?
Well, stalemate. Oh, good. Then let's have a game of cards. It's having a small party. Get some booze in. Get some more birds.
Oh, shut up, you licentious fool.
I suggest we go back and tell them we can't agree on a verdict.
Then what happens?
We can all go home.
Oh, no, mate, I'm not having that. Go home. 30 bob a day. Is he kidding?
I can't stop here forever. I've got a farm to run. There's crops to get in.
Well, that's charming, isn't it? You're prepared to send a man to jail for 15 years so that you can get your spuds in? The equation of human kindness. 15 years in jug equals 2 ton of King Edwards.
But he's guilty. He deserves to go to prison.
Well, I think he's innocent.
Good heavens, why, man? Why do you persist in saying he's innocent? In the light of all the evidence against him, caught red-handed, identified. Why?
Well, he's got such a nice face.
Look, the man's impossible. We'll be here all night.
Send in 12 dinners, will you?
Ask if they'll send a bit of lard in, will you?
A bit of lard.
Good grief, man. How could it have been his twin brother?
Well, it's a thought. It's happened before. What about the Corsican brothers? One was good, one was bad. And I say we've got the good one.
But he hasn't even got a brother.
Well, that doesn't matter. We've all got doubles. There's a bookish runner down our way. He looks exactly like you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It isn't you, is it?
No, it isn't.
Well, there you are, then.
Oh, this is ridiculous. We're getting absolutely nowhere. We've been locked in this confounded room for 7 hours now. 7 hours. And what theories have you concocted? Twin brothers. Doubles. Blackouts. He was drugged by a gang of international crooks. He's the rightful heir to a European throne, and they want him out of the way so they can put his uncle on.
Well, it's quite possible. Father used to sell onions. We don't know anything about his family background. We don't know what his father did when he got off his bike at Boulogne. Well, he went straight up to the chateau, put the crown on, ran the old flag up. Grand Duke of Burgundy, you never know.
What do you mean, Duke of Burgundy? They all come from Brixton.
He might have been exiled.
I give up. I don't want to talk to him anymore. Keep him out of my sight.
Take 3, 1 retired.
I want some fresh air. I'm suffocating in here.
Lovely view, isn't it? London at midnight.
Want to see it over my farm. How much longer are we going to be?
Hard to tell. Rate things are going. Could be weeks.
Weeks? But I've got to be on my farm tomorrow.
Well, there we are. It's deadlock, isn't it? 9-3.
You'll leave.
How much longer do you think we'll be?
Oh, 9-3 could take months. A new case in Mexico took 3 years.
3 years? Oh, that's impossible.
Straight up. Went through 3 revolutions and 9 changes of government. 2 of the jury went bonkers with claustrophobia. 3 died of old age. And 4 were divorced by their wives for desertion. You married?
Yes, I am.
Then I hope she's patient. 3 years is a long time, isn't it? You'll leave.
Who's looking after the farm while you're away, then?
My wife.
Oh, country girl.
No, she's a Londoner.
Oh, Londoner, eh? I suppose she knows much about farms, then?
No, she doesn't.
Expect it'll be a right mess when you get back. Dead chickens all over the place. Cattle lying on their backs with their legs sticking up in the air.
How long have you been married, then?
A week.
Week, eh? Ah, well, I wouldn't worry about it. If she loves you, you know. 3 years ain't so long for a hot-blooded young bride at 21. You'll leave.
Thunder, eh? Suppose she's probably ploughed up the cornfields and put the pigs out to graze. Complete chaos, financial ruin. Still, I must admire you. You stick to your principles. You're a brave man. We're going to be out there in 10 minutes. Everybody said not guilty, but you stick to your principles. Highly commendable. Ruined, but not dishonoured. Good luck to you. Poor devil.
I've changed my mind. Yes, so have I. There's not enough evidence. Not guilty.
Well done. 7-5. Anybody else wavering?
You won't get the rest of us. We're as determined as you are.
Yes. All right, then. We shall just stay here and sit it out. Oh, it's a long, long time from May to September.
I can't stay any longer. This room, it's not me bed. Let me out. Let me out. Oh, my God. No, let me out. Please, let me out. I go home to my mother.
6-all, I think. I think they're beginning to crack. Have another go.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Ladies and gentlemen, score is now 6-all. I shall not go through the facts of this case again, save to suggest to you there is some element of doubt in this boy's guilt. As Shakespeare said in The Merchant of Vienna, when Portion accused Sherlock Holmes of bitching upon the meat. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed, the sign of good... No. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. Take the case of Doubting Thomas, who was sent to Coventry for looking through a keyhole at Lady Godiva. Can anybody prove he was looking at her? Can anybody prove it was he who shouted out, "Get your hair cut"? Of course not. This is sheer supposition. Does Magna Carta mean nothing to you? Did she die in vain? Brave Hungarian peasant girl who forced King John to sign the pledge at Runnymede and close the boozers at 10:30. Is all this to be forgotten? My friends, it is not John Harrison Peabody who is on trial here today, but the fair name of British justice. And I ask you to send that poor boy back to the loving arms of his poor white-haired old mother. Hey, free man, I thank you.
All right, then. Hands up, all those who say not guilty.
Right, 10-2, we're leading. Just these two to go.
Come on, who do you think you are? The man is innocent. Obviously. Oh, very well, I can't stand it anymore. All right. Have it your own way. Let the criminal go free. I don't care. Let him loose so that he can rob other people's shops, other people's houses, your house maybe. I don't mind. Not guilty then. Oh, anything you like. That's 11-1. Hey,
Curly, what about you?
oh, do what you like. I don't care.
There you are, then. A unanimous verdict of not guilty. We can all go home.
What's the matter? What's the matter now?
I've just been thinking about what he said, about letting him loose to rob people's shops and other people's houses. I couldn't have that on my conscience. I'll have to change your mind. Guilty.
Well, I go for you. We haven't won. We're off again. No. Let's go back to guilty. That's all right with me. I'll go along with that guilty. Now, who says guilty? There you are. We all agree guilty. Now it's over. We can all go.
Just a minute. Wait a minute.
You can't go to that yet. Not guilty.
But he is guilty. We all agree he's guilty. Your friend says he's guilty.
I don't care what he says. I've got another 5 days' work here. Not guilty.
Oh, no. We cannot go through this again. No.
Tell you what I'll do. If everybody chips in 30 bob to compensate me for my loss of earnings, I'll come in with you lot. Gentlemen, we have reached a unanimous verdict.
British justice has triumphed again.
Court will rise.
Carry on.
Who speaks as your foreman?
I'm the foreman.
Have you agreed on your verdict?
We have.
How fine to the prisoner? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, 12 nil.
And that is the verdict of you all?
It is. I will pass sentence after the recess. Court is adjourned. Just one moment. Mr. Foreman, the ring, if you please. Oh, yes, certainly, my lad. It's gone. Well, I had it on my finger. I shook hands with everybody. I had it on my finger, but it's disappeared. Where can it have gone to? You can't have thrown away. I'm not to take it that the ring has disappeared. This is a very serious affair. This ring was exceedingly valuable. Is the police inspector in court?
Court will rise.
Carry on, Mr. Farnsworth.
Put up the accused. You are charged with conspiring to steal a diamond ring valued at £20,000. How do you plead?
I'm the foreman, guilty. The prison sentence will be shorter than this jar. I want to get back to my pigs. What about my wife? It's not my fault. Who had the ring? Who's got it?